Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca Iwata. I'm here to discuss a nutrition evaluation and some recommendations for a patient. The patient is Jane. She is a 14-year-old female who was referred for nutritional guidance due to concerns of her obese BMI category. She has been overweight for a couple years. Her weight has been steadily increasing, approximately 10 to 15 pounds every year for the past 6 years. Her parents are also both in the obese BMI category. Her mother has hyperlipidemia and her father has type 2 diabetes. Jane's medical history includes seasonal allergies, and she did fracture her ulna at age 4. There are no psychiatric concerns and no concerns of developmental delay. Her primary care physician also ordered some lab work so that we can assess her blood chemistry levels, which we will go over later. The concerns over childhood obesity are intense. Childhood obesity can lead to type 2 diabetes, adult obesity, cardiovascular disease. There's also some concerns with social interactions. There's some concerns that self-confidence can be a problem in a developing child, and this can lead to anxiety and depression disorders. Childhood obesity comes from a couple different factors. Sometimes it's genetic factors, based on if the parents are obese, specifically if the mother has diabetes or smokes, the child is more likely to be obese. Also some environmental factors such as proximity of fast food restaurants, socioeconomic status, and length of time spent in front of the screen. All of these contribute to chances for childhood obesity as well. So for interventions when it comes to childhood obesity, a multi-system approach is the best. This would include parent training for the child, nutritional guidance, and lifestyle changes such as physical activity. A diet for a child should really be focused on fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, low-fat dairy, and healthy fats. As far as Jane goes, we did have her family and her submit a 3-day sample meal log of what she has currently been eating. After evaluating this using the chronometer, we have discovered that Jane's meal is really heavy in carbohydrates, fats, sugar, and sodium. She's also consuming about 3,000 calories a day when the recommendation for her age, gender, and height is 2,368 calories a day. There's a big lack of fiber, vitamin D, vitamin E, and potassium. And she's intaking about 40% of calories from fat, where the recommendation is about 25 to 35% of your calories coming from fat. And she is also just consuming too much carbohydrates and sodium at this time. We did get her blood work evaluated. Her fasting glucose was slightly high. It was 116. It should be about 95 to 110. Her total cholesterol was normal at 160. Her HDL-C cholesterol was 36 at normal. Her LDL cholesterol was 113, just a little bit high, and her triglycerides came back at 136, which were slightly high as well. So as far as interventions for Jane and her family, we really want to look at a meal plan that reduces calories, fat, sodium, and sugar, give her some healthy options to swap out, some of those things that she's currently eating. We also would really encourage her taking up a sport or physical activity, specifically through school would be great. There's, several sports, dance, different things like that available depending on what she likes. And if she does do that through school, there's going to be, reduced costs compared to if she were to do an outside program. I know the family did discuss difficulties with money. It sounds like they are utilizing SNAP funding right now, and there's some concerns that they do run out of money before the month is up. Depending on where they live, there's a lot of local programs through SNAP, such as programs through farmers markets, things like that, to work with the family on how to eat on a budget, shop on a budget, all of that. We would also want to look at Choose My Plate and Cooking Matters. Both of these are online resources that provide, several articles upon articles about how to shop on a budget, how to use coupons, how to shop sales, all of that, how to shop in bulk, and how to cook, healthy meals that are still very inexpensive. The Cooking Matters program specifically actually has an in-person component where you can go into grocery stores with a coach, and they will take you through the grocery store, show you how to buy enough ingredients to cook a meal for your family under $10, and then teach you how to cook it. So again, that's depending on where they live. That's a local, it varies from state to state, but that is definitely something that could be very helpful for the family. So for Jane, we'd be looking at, specifically for nutrition interventions, we would be replacing a lot of her current food choices with just some healthier choices. We want to up the whole grains, the vegetables, the fruit. Currently right now, it's a lot of carbs, a lot of fat, sugar, and sodium. So we did come up with a 3-day sample meal plan of what we think would be helpful for her in terms of getting her down to a healthy BMI and improving some of her nutritional intake. We also, do want to understand that we don't want to completely restrict her. We want her to be able to still feel like she's eating, full, filling meals that still taste good. She was currently eating dessert almost at every meal, so we did cut that down to only one dessert a day, and then supplemented it with something as well. So for day one, we'd be looking at, for breakfast, a 2-egg omelet with cooked spinach, cherry tomatoes, 1 tablespoon of grated Parmesan cheese, 1 cup of raspberries, and 8 ounces of orange juice. For lunch, we'd be looking at a sandwich on whole grain bread with chicken breast, lettuce, mayonnaise, and some sprouts. 1 cup of carrot sticks with 2 tablespoons of hummus on the side, a medium apple, and 1 cup of reduced fat milk fortified with vitamin D. For a snack, she could have 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt topped with 2 tablespoons of granola and 1 banana sliced up. For dinner, we'd be looking at 2 ounces of whole grain pasta topped with a ½ cup marinara and 3 turkey meatballs, 1 whole grain roll with 1 tablespoon unsalted butter, 1 cup of mixed greens with a 1/4 cup chopped bell peppers, and 1 tablespoon of Italian dressing that has no added salt. And for dessert, we'd be looking at 1 chocolate chip cookie with 1 cup of reduced fat fortified with vitamin D milk. For day 2, we'd be looking at a breakfast of 2 scrambled eggs, 2 slices of low sodium turkey bacon, a ½ cup of shredded potatoes, and 8 ounces of orange juice fortified with calcium and vitamin D. For lunch, we'd be looking at a chicken breast patty on a whole wheat bun, 2 cups of no salt popcorn and celery, and a side of 2 tablespoons of low-fat ranch. For a snack, we'd be looking at 1 ounces of unsalted tortilla chips with a ½ cup of pico de gallo, 1 peach, and 1 cup low-fat milk fortified with vitamin D. For dinner, we'd make a taco salad for her. This would be made up of 1 cup of shredded lettuce, a ½ cup of ground turkey cooked in no-salt taco seasoning, chopped tomatoes, a half of an avocado cubed up, 1 ounce of low-sodium, low-fat shredded cheese, and 1 cup mixed fruit on the side. For dessert, she'd have a ½ cup of frozen chocolate yogurt, topped with a ½ cup of sliced strawberries. And for day 3, we'd be looking at a breakfast of 2 whole grain waffles with 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter and 1 teaspoon of honey, 1 cup of strawberries, 8 ounces of orange juice, and 2 slices of low-sodium bacon. For lunch, we'd be looking at 1 slice of a thin crust vegetable pizza with 1 apple and a side salad made of 1 cup romaine lettuce, 3 tablespoons of cherry tomatoes, and 1 tablespoon no-salt Italian dressing with 1 cup reduced fat milk fortified with vitamin D. For a snack, we'd be looking at an individual snack bag of baked potato chips and 1 cup plain Greek yogurt topped with 2 tablespoons of blackberries. And for dinner, we'd be looking at a ½ cup of steamed brown rice, a ½ cup of steamed vegetables, a ½ cup of steamed chicken with orange sauce, and 2 vegetable pot stickers that were also steamed. And for dessert, we'd be looking at 1 oatmeal chocolate chip cookie with 1 cup of pineapple. So that concludes the 3-day meal plan that we'd propose, and see if that's something the family feels like they can do, and that Jane would still enjoy. We really want to make sure that we can set her up for a successful, happy, long, healthy life, and support her and her parents in doing this. So I think my multi-system approach of the diet changes, increased physical activity, and resources for the parents on how to shop and eat and cook on a budget for the family would be sufficient in making sure that she is healthier. Thank you so much. I look forward to working with the family.